Before I begin, allow me to pay my respects to the traditional owners of the island in which we today gather. Nabuvalelewi na kurwarua, lovatu wana turanga na kalebu, tuinarunga. And I pay my respects to those who have led in the past, those who are leading now, and those who will emerge later in the future. It is indeed both a great honor and a privilege for me to be here, to be with you at this very important forum on the health of our planet. Just as we would need a doctor to consult for our own bill of health, this forum is also essential. It's for us to come and sit, gather our thoughts and put it together to discuss a much larger bill of health, the health of our planet. And it's a bill, I say, because it costs, it has cost us, and it will continue to cost us if we don't graduate to action. Your Excellency, Mr. Anote Tong, the former President of the Republic of Kiribati, distinguished guests and participants in this very important forum, ladies and gentlemen. I'd say Mbula Vinaka, but I don't want to offend my Ndreus from this province. And so I'd say, in this part of Fiji, they say instead of Mbula Vinaka, they say Dholavina. And so I say Dholavina to you, and greetings and good morning to all of you. As I'd mentioned, a pleasure to stand in for my colleague, the Honorable Mbulitawu, and to welcome all of you to the Oceania Planetary Health Forum of 2025. I welcome you to Fiji on behalf of the Prime Minister and his government, and Fiji and her people. I welcome the opportunity this platform presents to discuss and consider environmental and health challenges holistically and very openly. Here in our Pacific, we continue to reinforce the understanding that the health of our people is inextricably linked to the health and integrity of our lands, our water, our biodiversity, and ultimately the planet that we share with all of humanity. This, of course, you would know, is not a new revelation. It is a truth that has been woven into the fabric of our Pacific knowledge and indeed in every other part of our great planet. For us in Fiji and across the Pacific, the concept of the Vanua, which embodies the sacred relationship between people, place, land, and identity, it's not just a concept or a philosophy. It is indeed a way of life. It is the essence of our resilience, foundation of our governance, and the wisdom that must guide us in our policies and also in our politics. The theme of this forum, embracing the Vanua as a planetary health principle, provides us with an opportunity to look outward beyond our region and seek out strategies to better orient our efforts to address our greatest shared challenges of our time: climate change, ecosystem degradation, and emerging health threats around the understanding of interconnectedness. The Ministry of Environment and Climate Change is committed to strengthening relationships with our health sector partners, academic institutions like the Fiji National University, the indigenous knowledge holders, development agencies, to implement a coordinated approach to the structural and systemic issues that we face. Our commitment is clear. We must move beyond the rhetorics, avoid the silos and fragmentation that has been perpetuated at the international level. Our national policies, local governance, and regional strategies need to reflect our context and the understanding that our development objectives climate change priorities, socio-economic needs, and environmental protection agendas are deeply interlinked. The Pacific Health Island Vision, which was first articulated in 1995 here on this very island of Yanuca, called for a region where our children can thrive, people live with dignity, and the environment sustains our future generation. That vision is more relevant than ever. However, it demands more than incremental efforts to adapt to change. Fulfilling this vision and many of the overarching objectives we share as a region requires transformation. In aligning our actions within the 2050 strategy of the Blue Pacific continent, we need to consider how we can leverage co-benefits and deliver transformative results throughout the Pacific. Policies developed in the Pacific must deliver and be based around equity, sustainability, and evidence-based decision-making. But we can only create that policy if we have the will and the drive to reassess and reshape our approach, challenging business as usual. Pacific Island nations are guardians of the greatest ocean in the world, stewards of unique ecosystems, and leaders in the advocacy of climate change in the climate action space. Our voice is critical in shaping the various elements that constitute what we can refer to as the global planetary health discourse. Pacific Island country leaders, including Fiji, have both been leading with a clarion call for transformation and transformative climate action, while many intergovernmental agencies are calling for unified plans of action for our health, environment, and climate change, particularly in small island country states. Initiatives such as WISH Fiji's recent presence at 2 World Health Summits are demonstrating that Pacific-led research and community-driven solutions can inspire change throughout the world. Our work must, of course, be rooted in both scientific rigor and cultural wisdom. For too long, our indigenous knowledge has been undervalued in mainstream policy framework. Yet, our ancestors navigated the vast Pacific, cultivated sustainable food systems, and nurtured biodiversity long before the era of modern civilization. It is time that we recognize the traditional ecological knowledge is not only relevant but essential to contemporary planetary health solutions. Within this context, ladies and gentlemen, the Fiji Ministry of Environment and Climate Change commits to strengthening interministerial collaboration, advancing policy and research synergies, and also scaling up climate and health resilience initiatives with all of you. Colleagues, we stand at, of course, a definite moment. We can either continue to react to crisis or proactively shape a future where our planetary health is the foundation of all of our decision-making. Let us today, and in the next few days, reaffirm our shared commitment to further develop a Pacific model and integrated approach to planetary health, where the principles of ANUA direct our decisions and shape our approach to the proliferation of threats that we face. In closing, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank the Australian government's Department of Foreign Affairs and Trade, the French development agencies, Bloomberg Philanthropies, IUCN, and I'm sure all the other donors who have supported and have maintained this important event 30 years after its induction. I urge us all, policymakers, researchers, community leaders, and global partners, to join force in building a healthier, more resilient Pacific. Together, let us create not just policies, but pathway towards a flourishing future for our people, our place, our Vanua, and our planet. As the former Secretary General of the United Nations, Ban Ki-moon, reminded us on the 16th of December of 2016 at the 21st UN Climate Summit, we only have one planet. We don't have a plan B because we don't have a planet B. Thank you, and I look forward to hearing more in the next few days of your interaction. Thank you.